yeah, this was a really fast load into the game, which says to me that this is going to be smooth sailing. Tonight, we have a few familiar faces. Goliath spam incoming. Hey, wait a minute. We're not spectating from the side of the Germans. We're spectating from the side of the Americans. We have Is this Sergeant Explode? No, it's Mao Bridge. He's very in the mood for bridges. And a slight groupie judgment to go over this flag point. I don't know why. Setting his machine gunner headstrong first. This might actually be the weak side. But let's hope for the best for Sergeant Explode. There are all the red dots on the map. We have the red Epic Baron in the middle. Eddie over on the left. And finally on the right. Just hiding behind a wall. Get here. Ah, here he is. The Grenadier, the crowd pleaser. Who wants his Goliath? Chucks a long-range grenade. Look how far that goes. Oh, he even runs into the grenade. That's not the way to counter grenades. That's not the way to counter grenades at all. But he's going to chuck his troops behind that building. Meanwhile, Grenadier keeps pushing upwards. Very aggressive playstyle early on. He's not seen anything here. Now, I'm sure these guys are friends. They'll know sort of the skill levels and, you know, where they can and cannot push up. But notice that this flag has been left completely not redeemed yet. But over on the left, we've got some victoriousness from the American side because we have that wonderful hill in Baseville, the area where you should definitely stick a machine gunner, and Cool has certainly identified that. We also got a machine gunner back here from Eddie. Also some grenades going over the building, right into the... Oh, wonderful double kill with that grenade. There's still perhaps... No more guys there. We did toss an AT grenade just to check. But that machine gunner back behind there is going to cause problems. I think that might be in grenade range. You could at least flank that with another squad of infantry. Cool is going to go ahead and do that in the central position. Sandbags are down for the likes of the epic Red Baron. Red Baroning all the way, and literally nothing like from bridge at the moment. He's going to bring in a M20 now. Please do grab the bazooka out the back of that M20 before you drive it headfirst in there and lose to an AT rifle. Perhaps we'll do that. Perhaps not. There are some smokes down here, and he's actually just going to go drive really aggressively and hits that guy in the back building. Bit of vandalism against the lamppost there, but we don't really give a damn about that. The MG has been seen. The M20 continues to go too far forward, and where is that AT rifle? We know there's an AT grenade coming. Evasive maneuvers, not into the grenade. Cows. The cows are going to capture the flags. Actually, this cow is running. I've never seen... No! Well, that will make some kind of awesome cover there, at least. A strategically placed killing of the cows. Sergeant Explode, though, definitely having difficulties over here. Could maybe use some relievance from the opposite side of the map. I would love it if Cool would go over there and lend his hand, because he cannot continue pushing on. He only needs to defend this area. As soon as he's defended the area, he's got that point. He could push on to this point, but it's kind of, you know, hard to do that, whereas he could doppelgang this point on the right-hand side, have two players fighting on one point, and it may very well work out much better than going to far points at the back of the map. The epic Red Baron has brought out the tankette. Now, we saw a tankette in one of the last games. Maybe Grenadier controlled that. We do have the likes of a machine gunner here, and that isn't going to be enough. Is that a 30 cal? Maybe, just maybe it will work. But the tankette driving around recklessly. It doesn't care who he finds. He's going to shoot him. All these soldiers are in the wrong position, and here goes the AT grenade into the back, but never mind, the M1 AT gun is the guy to finish them off. Always nice to have an AT gun lying around and early on in the game, especially when you get the opportunity to kill something much bigger than a tankette. But this isn't so bad. Is that a stick of TNT? It is a stick of TNT, and not only did he destroy that tankette from being repaired, assuming that it was the Germans' own troops throwing that TNT grenade, they destroy some of the buildings there, which offer some window cover to the allies. Another AT grenade over the top there. Cool. Just be team gaming. Need to team action. Need team over on the right-hand side. Help Sergeant Explode. At least Sergeant Explode is assumingly later on in the game, he's going to keep to his name. Here comes that Luke's, by the way, moving over into the central location. The Germans certainly having a much easier time at the moment. The AT gun is very, very late to the party, but it doesn't matter. It turns around just in time. Granted that this guy was slightly late, but Bridge working his ass off there to turn that AT gun around. We also have a light AT gun situated on the top of this hill, and look at it's doing a number on Eddie's little J. It's enough. It's enough. This AT gun will be able to take out that J from this distance, apparently, but not in its current condition. It seems like a HE shell has put a slight dent in that. Oh, our crew members are getting back up, however, and the machine gunner is working the repairs on that one. He's hammering away. You got to get that operational. The flux capacitor. The flux capacitor. Tank crewman versus Goliath. We can only pray and hope. It's going to go for the AT gun, however. Unfortunately, yeah, well, it's on fire. It's still going to cause some devastation if it explodes here. But the AT gun is cowering away, getting a safe distance. Sergeant Explode has something explode. Was that the cow from earlier? Has it just been saving up so much gas that it just popped? Possibly not. More likely that it was a Goliath. There we go, Sergeant Explode, living up to his name now. I still think of Screaming Eagle, though, every time I see an explosion. AT gun moved over to the left. In fact, no, this is a separate AT gun. This is two different AT guns. We have a light AT gun and a medium AT gun, both of which have been destroyed on the left. That's a sad tale that Cool now no longer has his own territory. He's still gaining that at the moment, though, but I don't believe he's going to be able to hold on to it for much longer, as Eddie is rolling in with so much stuff. We've got a Luke's, a J, and a Flak 38. A lot of stuff for Cool to take out, but, you know, maybe he can do it. He's the guy that could possibly pull it off here. Azuka, unfortunately, just too unreliable now. There goes the AT grenade, much more reliable. Takes it out in the riverbank, and the machine gunner is going to gun down the crewman as soon as they exit. I've noticed that Cool has actually moved up onto this side of the river as well. The flak is firing on this location, taking down the sandbags, and the J is going to move up, but I'm kind of concerned. Okay, there's two AT guns which are going to take it. We've got an M8 back here as well, but Cool certainly needs to bring out another AT gun. Yeah, that'll work. They've not been too successful in the past, but at least it's an immediate response. This J could be taken out by the Stewart. Maybe that is what Bridge was hoping for, but there could be some sort of dangers lurking back here. I see somewhat of a Panzer Grenadier firing. Yep, a Panzerfaust right behind that building. Great maneuverability that the Germans have in the central, allowing them to support both sides of the map. And that's kind of key at the moment, I'm seeing. Like, the Americans won't be able to do much vehicle play if they can't move their vehicles up, especially not these light vehicles which have lower ranges. But if we can perhaps get some fantastic AT gun shots off, then maybe we can do something. Yeah, we can. Okay, our AT guns are working on the J, which is parked behind the wrecked P4, which is undestroyable for some reason. It just needs to be there for cover. What's that I hear? Is that another Goliath? Ooh, we did actually destroy the rear end of that P4. So, more tank crewmen moving over there to recapture their M8. Not that it was lost, but it was lost to the guys that died there. Sergeant Explode exploding yet again with his Stewart tank this time. He can't just rush vehicles recklessly in there. Not at this stage in the game. We got some interesting looking gas grenades. Someone's calling down some ammo. Where's that ammo drop? There it is. There it is. And it's completely squished that guy too. So Sergeant Explode is falling back to this point. Maybe even going to lose this point. It's going to be a sad tale if he does. P4 in the middle from the Red Baron firing on the location where Bridge has marked out some of his guys. Look at the spacing as well. Nice equal temperament spacing. It's all very cinematic almost. Moving up his one soldier. His Marines should be able to maybe do something against this squad. Maybe they're going to throw a grenade back there. However, he's healing up there. Being covered by his teammates. The P4 still firing and supporting over in the central location of the map. We have a Croc out here. No good, I'm afraid. Croc versus P4. It's just like the Sherman body is no freaking match for a P4. Apparently, historically accurate, it was the case that a Sherman and a P4 were somewhat equal in balance, but not in this game. I definitely feel like the Shermans are unhanded in this one. You have to be firing at an angle to take out a P4, getting some engine shots in, or just a lucky shot altogether. Really, our AT gun not working so well, in the sense of it's past, it's gone, it's no longer anymore. Cool still working on the left-hand side. Plenty of infantry coverage, by the way. Just look at it. Really looks superb, the amount of... we even got like a beach landing going down here. Another Goliath, just for kicks. A really long-range Zoot 2, killing that tree in the background there. I assume that this Goliath was taking out this. Unfortunately, though, that's not how you use Goliaths. Goliaths are not offensive units in nature. They are maneuverable mines. You have to hide them, you have to wait, and then as soon as a tank comes up or an infantry squad, you drive it behind them, and they have to retreat into you or move even more forward into your brutal line of defense. It kills them so hard. So what's going on the right, by the way? We've got a Goliath operating itself over at the lead. You can see Sergeant Explode is feeling very stressed. He's decided to get a Lee out. Running over the soldiers is not the most effective use of a Goliath, but you know, if you can get away with it, sure as hell go and freaking do it. Moving over to the Marines now. The Marines don't seem to be down. We'll run over the walls too. That's it. No more cover for you guys. That one may have hurt. We have an infiltrator over here, by the way. The Ranger. Oh, he's gonna take on everybody. This is it. This is solid snake. Oh crap. Okay, we missed that grenade. That. I don't know what's going off over there, but still, that's it. Destroyed that infidel car. It's being really irritating and providing so much cover. Oh, is that grenade gonna kill his own guy? It landed somewhere. Oh, it landed on the clothesline. The Ranger is making his escape now, however, through... no, this isn't the Ranger. This is not the Ranger at all. Oh, the Ranger explodes. Incoming, by the way, another Crocodile. Against the P4, against a tankette. Actually, we'll just take out the tankette first. Do it, do it. Oh, we can even use the medium AT gun for that as well. Tankette is going to rush the lines. For some unbeknownst reason, we have radio uppage in the middle, far out. The explosion tankette, of course, gets destroyed. No survival rating for that. The Crocodile is making its way to its previous predecessor's death. I hope it doesn't return once more there. Currently, only 1 point to the Americans, 42 for the Germans, and Sergeant Explode doing some flaming action over on the right. I guess that was an okay barbecue. You see that machine gunner? He was certainly not happy with that guy. Like, shot him with a pistol, I think. They got like 1 or 2 shots off there, not killing the machine gunner. The machine gun fires at that tank crewman, kills him, but decides that's not enough. Fires even more bullets into his body, and then his body just gets turned into papier-mâché. We got Bridge over here in the center. He's deciding that he wants to clear out some of these buildings. Now, take note that if you fire at buildings with radio operators, and the rounds actually hit the buildings themselves. Ooh, beautiful tank play by the Red Baron there. The rounds will not be triggered. Like, they don't just fire. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That sounded like it pinged and ponged all around the tank there. The Crocodile still gonna try this battle. It's the H shot next. This is gonna be it. Oh, there we go. Through in the Crocodile seems to have a faster reload time there. Incoming the next one. I expect this to explode. Oh, the Crocodile does manage to get the H. That's some good shooting there. But similarly, the Crocodile is no more. We got a Stug moving in from the likes of Sir Eddie, which he's been doing some weird stuff over on the left. Cool ass. It's kind of difficult to say, by the way, Cool. I just like calling you Cool. Really doing well on the defensive operations, but it's not like Eddie has been doing nothing this whole time. He's certainly been putting up a decent fight for Cool. The middle, however, and right, certainly the weaker components of the American front lines. Another Lee brought into the battle. Another Lee brought out of the battle. And I wonder what this ammo is used for, by the way. Like, there's got to be some mines in there. There's got to be some mortar rounds and stuff. Not that that's useful, but hey, you could at least throw it out and explode it. There's all sorts of cool stuff that you can get in there. Croc, not a Croc, a 105 coming out. I think actually not a bad choice to have a Croc out at this point. Lots of defenses here, and should be able to get a shot with that building destroyed. Relatively safe. Yeah, I think this might work out for Sergeant Explode. I like that. I like that a lot. We only got a J back here as well. That's eating some of the command points. By the way, my mouse is still broken. Grenadier is going to bring over Goliath. No, Sergeant Explode. Don't let this happen, Sergeant Explode. There is the radio barrage in the background there. Sergeant Explode. There we go. He 105s it quite comfortably from the heart of his own spawn point. But the Germans, though, they are still leading the way with the 2 points in the center, and this point completely neutralized. The Stug is, I imagine, kind of difficult for Cool at the moment. He did bring out a 76 Sherman. He's brought it too far forward, I feel. Like the Sherman 76 is something you definitely don't want to bring in to the heat of combat. It's got a big gun for a reason. Use it. Uses extended range. We've got an infiltration, or hardly an infiltration. It's a whole assault past the middle flag from the Red Baron, making use of his grenades yet again. But if only we had some heavy cover around here, we could toss a grenade over there and kill all those soldiers. Radio Op Barrage over here. Coming back to the 76 Sherman, however, if you want a tank to move forward and be aggressive, just get an ordinary Sherman. It's still pretty damn expensive, though, but 76 Shermans, like, they gain no advantage from being closer, other than the, additional penetration, but that same can be said for the enemy tanks. Here we go with the Hellcat, one of my favorite tanks, albeit it misses a lot. The Stug has noticed, though. Eddie turns it. Did we get that critical track damage? We did not. Did we destroy the Hellcat? We did so. Well, that's all that can be said. We got a Goliath moving in around here again. Is it going to be the end of the crocodile? We don't even have to get too close to it. Oh, it explodes at that point. Now, I don't believe that was the crocodile flaming that which caused it to explode. I think what the Red Baron was trying to do was do enough kinetic damage energy from afar. Like, the blast radius of the Goliath is a lot larger than the visuals. However, it will only work against light vehicles. It's, it loses damage over distance, which makes sense, which is why Men of War is such a kick-ass game that it takes into account that stuff. It's not just like a circle of, oh my god, everything is dead around here. No. It doesn't work like that at all. Our Stug is making its escape over to the right-hand side of the map. Another Lee from Sergeant Explode, and it is going to explode. It should explode in any case. We don't want to be leaving this into the hands of the enemies. Although I do see that Sergeant Explode has done some damage to the tanks back here. Perhaps with the use of the 105 Sherman, although it does look a bit far. We've got an M19 moving forward now. Sergeant Explode, if he can capture this point, he deserves a medal. He certainly does. So we'll see what happens there. But at the moment, Cool, having a hard time left now. Middle seems to be entirely abandoned. We even have a Puma crop up here. Taken out the... Where's the crocodile gone? The crocodile has gone, and a Wolverine has popped up as well. These players are eating through tanks. This is pretty much it, right? I don't know how to put this for everybody at the moment. If your tanks are dying before I get a chance to see them even be alive, there might be some teeny-weeny issue with the tank micro. Just an incy-wincy bit. Not much. Beautiful rocket, however, from Cool. That's certainly redeemed himself of that awesome Sherman positioning, by the way. The Pershing makes ease of the H, but it's going to get away because of that wonderful building placement. Keeping it back behind there is something that the Allies could really make do with. We've got another big explosion from Sergeant Explode's side of the map. Certainly living up to those expectations. That boy. We got an M20 moving in here. I'm sure the M20 is the counter to all German souls. Lots of sandbags down here from the Red Baron as well. Gotta hand it to the dude. Sandbags this late on in the game. Always welcome to the battlefield. But they are going to be taken out by the M20, even running over them as well. We don't have to run over them. It only takes out like half of the sandbags. The M20 with the 50 cal on the top would do better at taking out the sandbags than the M20 unit itself running over them, but never mind. There's a croc, by the way. Is that the croc which was down here? And then the Puma has also gone as well. By the way, yeah, that is... I'm meant to be having an interview at some point soon. I have another explosion over on the right again. Incoming Puma, by the way, over to the 105's area of the map is... Sergeant Explode going to spawn anything. It's going to be a bazooka team. Now, this is always the case. If you rush into someone's spawn, they can easily bring out a bazooka team. Doesn't even need that. The 105 is more than capable of taking out the Puma. The Puma is ready to be repaired as long as we don't destroy it too much. Damn it, Sergeant Explode! That Puma could have been ours, but now its engine's on fire and is likely to cause an explosion. Oh god, don't run your AT soldier right. Brain! Ow! Oh, we actually are surviving this one. It's just a little fire though. Just a tiny... Never mind. Well... The Americans do have their point back, however. So that's things are looking up. Things are looking very, very much up. There's some sniper action from the German side, picking away at all of these ranges. It's an unfortunate loss that Cool has to endure. Grenadier moving up with a 2-2-2 against a Pershing. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's definitely what I thought to that. So the Pershing just blew that up with its mind. No, we're going to continue to fire at the 2-2-2 because it is, as you can see, not dead enough. It still poses a heck of a threat to this Pershing. We'll continue to fire at that until we run out of ammo or we indeed die. Lots of German infantry troops supported by a Puma. Puma isn't the best of units to bring at the moment, but we do have another M20. Okay, please stop firing that. We've got a Scott out here as well. Going to be firing at that building back there. I think actually taking out that building is a great idea. We don't even have to look at that M20 being exploded there. The next to go, however, is definitely the Scott. Not well armored as a howitzer tank. Tries its best, however. The Pershing should really reposition itself, retreat, reposition itself, take out that Puma, support its infantry soldiers because the game is getting close to the end. We have to be more risky. Get those infantry soldiers into this point. Let Cool try and hold that left out. If Cool can support the center, great. If Sergeant Explode can just keep his opponents off the point, great. If he can spare any units at all to the center, fantastic. That's what we need for the Americans right now. Cool, unfortunately, though, has lost this left-hand point. Huge amounts of firearms over in the central position. Plenty of high-quality troops trying to prove themselves in no man's land, trying to make himself infiltrator. Now, if this was, like, if Triumph was here, Triumph will be saying, create some craters here. We want craters here to put our soldiers into, provide excellent cover. We need sandbags down alongside the road as well. And you can see Red Baron has yet again made use of the lack of American presence over on this side of the map. Moving around here, taking the heavy cover here, which is actually working against the Americans. You can see the Americans are always approaching from this kind of angle. It's not working. That is going against the heavy cover. They should come up behind the Germans over on this side. But to do that, we need heavy cover as well. But at least they would be negating the cover. If they're sending high-level troops there, then that works out pretty damn well. We've got a King Tiger on the field now, which is not going to be very good for this Sherman 76 from Cool. Cool, get the heck out of there. Your tracks are repaired. You can move. You are not going to take out that King Tiger. That King Tiger is going to finger of death you. It can still back out. There's still time. Still time. Just a little time is all we need. I don't know how this German 76 is surviving, but it needs to make use of the fact this building could be a potential kinetic energy absorber. Unfortunately, the Sherman is on flames, but only on the front half of it. I believe the King Tiger is going to continue to fire. The whole machine gun makes do, gunning that soldier down, trying to enter the territory and capture it. The King Tiger misses perfect. But the Sherman... what I would do right now, if this Sherman is unoperational, it can't move, it's just bail out. Like, you'll see players not always finish off tanks. They'll see the tank yellow, and even it cancels the attacks of the AI. If you tell an AI to attack a vehicle until it's dead, then when you get a vehicle, it's considered dead. Cool, bringing over and helping in the center. Maybe he's been doing that for a while now. Bridge with the Pershing needs to stay out of the way of that King Tiger. That is not going to be a good engagement for them. The Super Pershing, even that would not be a good engagement. We have a Nashorn out here. Long time no see Nashorn. Welcome to the battlefield. Going to be supported by lots of infantry soldiers. Now, this is not the way you use a Nashorn, by the way. As you can see, it actually topples over onto the side of it. Yeah. That's what we think of that, too. The Pershing is going to move forward. Exactly it. Exactly it. And look, it's working out for them. The King Tiger is going to have to be a bit more daring. Eddie should be focusing his King Tiger on this Pershing. Like, literally, if they can take out that Pershing, then we can bring out more armor over to like the central position, do a lot more damage there. The King Tiger is not being fully effective working on infantry. We can use other vehicles to take out infantry. You don't need a King Tiger for that. So, you know, bringing out a Luke's here, great. The Luke's will take care of the infantry. Pershing, however, needs to be taken out by the King Tiger. And the King Tiger looks like it might be able to use one of these buildings to fire through it. I don't know if that will be enough to do any sort of superficial damage. It is trying its best to do that, however. Great, it is currently tracked. The Pershing is not able to move. Sergeant Explode is actually capturing this point. Yay for Sergeant Explode! It's going to be one of those reversal games, is it? 95 points to the Germans, 10 points to the Americans, and a 50 cal smack bang in the center behind the barrels. That's what I like to see. Incoming the Lukes, however, to turn the tide of the war. Perhaps it is being aggressive where it needs to be. There's a machine gun post to take out here, and nothing to take them out, it seems. The rocket infantry from earlier has perished. AT gun over in the center. Was this AT gun really needed? Like, we had a Pershing over in the center, so you know, I could see an awesome position for an AT gun here, by the way, which unlocks over the field over there. Great coverage, although a little bit easy for infantry on the German side to move up there and throw a grenade there. But we got some tank crewmen here, which no match for an AT support infantry. He's going to try his best to fire it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Oh, what the hell? You managed to hit this guy? No freaking way. How? He's got bullet-bending mind tricks. I don't know, but he's taking out a flamethrower infantry next. That's it. Pow. Pew, 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 pew. Flamethrower, though, has no more of this tricks. Burns him at the stake. The Pershing is operational again. We can hightail it out of there. Exactly what we need to see. Ooh, I do have some announcements, by the way, very, very quickly. There's some talk of maybe a Men of War League going down over at the forum. So if you want to get in on that talk, whilst the King Tiger is going to be battling the Pershing, go ahead and go over to, is it InukiTV team talk, something like that. It's in the descriptions. Go over there, find out. People are talking about other games as well. I always find it very interesting to talk about what's coming up, new technologies and games, and generally, you know, things which I find innovative. So I post interesting games on there which you might be interested in. Other people post interesting games that I might be interested in, and you, of course, So do check that out just for that one section, if not, anything else there which might be entertaining for you. A beautiful AT rifle shot on that M20 yet again. Bazooka inside there. Make use of it. So many bazookas. The 105 explode is just big happy facing right now. What a shot there as well. Taking out a lot of German infantry soldiers trying to advance here. The M20 makes excellent coverage. There's still a 50 cal. We can rip off the top of that and use it against the opponents. Not much cover though now. We still got this vehicle here, which is manned by some shotgun troopers. A little bit far for shotgun troopers, I would say. A little bit far. Machine gun will be much, much better there. All middle points, though, almost entirely in control of the Americans. The Germans are running out of breath. The King Tiger is the pinnacle unit that they have brought out. What can it do, however? Pretty much at the moment, not much. We got a building on fire over here. We got the Pershing still alive. Thank God, still alive. It's the only thing that can do anything against that King Tiger. And if the King Tiger gets too close, they bite the dust. Now, the King Tiger has a really slow rotational turret and a hell of a firepower. Look, it even takes out an M20 from this distance. Mental. Fucking mind blown. But, now, this is what I would suggest here at the moment. Now, if I had full control, I would get two inky-bitty little diddy units. Greyhound, Shaffy. Shaffy might be somewhat okay. To just charge. Charge for that King Tiger. The objective of the Shaffy, and the Shaffy can take out a King Tiger. I've experienced this from Blitzmatric in my Let's Play video. Damn you, Blitzmatric! But if you bring the Shaffies at the same, angle, over here, we'll say down this road, making use of that road. Hopefully no bazookas around here. We'll need to find out that information with the help of an officer. Get that King Tiger to forcefully rotate itself round. It's going to have to look this way, and then the Pershing can get a good side engine shot from this location or this location. And if it fails, we can pull the Pershing back out. The Shaffies, double Shaffies. Well, I don't know, I would like that. I would like to do that very much. But unfortunately, I'm a spectator in this game mode, not a player. And also, when I am playing, nobody takes my plans. They always think, no, that will never work, Inuki. No, I guess I have a bit of imagination on me. The 50 cal is still gunning away, by the way, behind those barrels. We have to kill those barrels. The barrels are impeding our movement onto the flag point. The Germans, though, are taking the left. 28 points now. The Americans still have a heck of a way to go. The Germans, not so much. We still got Cool Ass working on the left. He has still not abandoned this yet, but he has been working, I'd probably say reluctantly on the middle. I don't think he wants to help at the center, but he has, and he's done very well at that. The medium AT gun is no match for the armor prowess of the King Tiger, the goddamn fortress that made maneuverable literally, I don't know, if you combined all of the world's turtles that probably form a King Tiger. That is one heck of a tank that the Germans engineered back then. One hell of... Oh, I don't know. I don't know why, King Tigers had to exist in the first place. It's, I've read up on it in Wikipedia, which apparently is not the first source you should really go to. No, it is the first source. It shouldn't be the source that you quote, though, in university studies, but... they had the Panther. That was fine. Why did they need anything else? Then they got the Tiger. Okay, the Pershing could sort of one-on-one that somewhat. And then they decided to go one above that.
Yes, sir.
I get it, they like tanks, but then they were developing something more than the King Tiger, which is the bit that I don't fully understand. I can only imagine if the war went on any longer, we'd probably see something like this, with tracks and every window armed with the same goddamn turret that the King Tiger has. In fact, no, there was some sort of rumor that there was some monolith tank being made that looked like something out of Command and Conquer Siberian Sun ones, you know, the GDI nod. But anyway, the game is still underway, of course. I've been rambling on about King Tigers now, having memorable moments of chats in the past. Scott is still back here, however. I could do a lot of good over on the right-hand side of the map, teamed up with the 105, which is here. The 105 is here. I guess if we decided to put the 105 sideways facing, it would make excellent cover, but no, that's not what we want to do, preferably. Pershing in the center. The King Tiger has made its debut appearance over. It's going to fight this close quarter combat style. This is the time. No! There was a hole in the building and we just fired straight through it and the Pershing get kablamoed and pewed and... Now Eddie, if he so desires, can move this King Tiger up to this point here. We need to find a 50 cal gun and put it on top of that goddamn King Tiger, baby. And then get a little bit of coverage here from a machine gun, get a little bit of coverage there from a machine gun. Make sure that no bazookas may pass. Ooh, we have shotgun infantry. Oh, hiccup. I've not even drank any drinks, so I don't know why I'm hiccuping. It's making its way. Here it is. The AT grenade that dreamed of reaching out much further than it did. So I mean, I wasn't expecting that to hit, but the shotgun trooper could potentially have got closer. Front armor, probably not going to do too much damage. Maybe if it hit, like, you know, a bit where the turret actually connects. Possibly. Possibly. I wouldn't rule it out. I've not done that test so far. We've got a Wolverine trying its best to flank this from the side, but honestly, I think that's just too expensive to really attempt this. No, no, no. What everyone needs to do now is we need to up the antics and get 3 Chaffee tanks. 3 of them. And flank it from all sides. I want to suggest. I will suggest. I want to see it. It must happen. Go! Now we sit back. I'm Inuki, the puppet master. Oh shit. I don't know if you saw it there, but I was actually sucking in the straw then. How? Do I have to hold the straw to drink it? I can't remember. This is one of those moments where you've spent your entire life not thinking about it, and now you have to do it. All of a sudden, it doesn't become obvious. I really want to try this now, but those guys are apparently going to have to save up for a Chaffee. But Cool is in for it. I feel like this is going to go horrendously wrong. Very, very horrendously wrong. We got some defense action going on for Sergeant Explode. He's defending with... I feel like Sergeant Explode's plan is bring enough vehicles into the fray, and eventually you'll have so many destroyed vehicles that it will create a wall that the Germans will not be able to pass through. So whilst he does that plan, we have what tank going on here? We have some kind of antics, I believe. Ooh. The turret is still there for some reason. The Wolverine has been destroyed. I can't see it on the map, unfortunately. It must have been blown into smithereens or tried some kind of ridiculous strategy. The King Tiger now getting in less of a position for a 3 times Chaffee flank. But the Americans still have time on their hands. They still have these assault zones, which is good. It's great. As long as they can hold this, that King Tiger eating up 50 CPs. Like, that's not enough to get more infantry out. Like, you can get 1.5 squads of infantry out for that. Potentially 2. But that's it. And that's really not enough to hold down one side most of the times. But the King Tiger helping out on one side. It is being rearmed now. Should be able to at least take one side. It's not happened, though. They didn't even claim the center. They've got to make that King Tiger actually do an anti-infantry roll now. It's done its purpose of eliminating all enemy armor. Now, it can do two things. It can sit there and wait for more armor to appear, which is bad because time is not on their hands. They don't have these zones. Although we're getting one now. Great, great. They're using other means to take zones out. We got shotgun infantry actually blasting infantry out of the craters from this distance. That is completely bogus. Entirely bogus, but in any case, the King Tiger could also move forward and take one of these zones. Nice open ground here. Very limited chance of a bazooka popping out of nowhere. We can get some good coverage on that with at least one squad, however. I just... It's not happening. It's just not happening. Now Sergeant Explode is losing this side of the map. And it seems there is excellent coverage from a machine gun situated on top of the hill, putting those sandbags down as well. That's going to be very difficult to obtain now. Going to go at it with another M20. Let's take the bazookas out of there. The middle zone going up for the Germans, almost there too. It's not going to last long. We need those Shaffies. M20s all the way, however. M20s all the way. I'm not going to see my wonderful free-time Chaffee plan kick into action, and it's gonna make me extremely sad. But nevertheless, the battle is not over yet. M20 is actually making a surprising movement over into the center. It's gonna run over many soldiers. It does manage to dodge a Panzerschreck, but not the King Tiger. We saw earlier that the King Tiger is well capable of taking out an M20. So, you know, running it in there like that is just going to invoke the wrath of Eddie's King Tiger. It's not going to happen.
The Germans, though, strolling away with a victory. Thank you guys for letting me cast this game. The Tank Micro. The Tank Micro. I have to work on that one. Just if you've got range, use it. That's the way to do it. Just keep throwing them into the fray, getting them lost. There was some nice elements in that game. Good job, guys. I hope you all have some fun. And more in the future. I'm Inuki. See you later.